Sauce Walka's getting hit with one of the most wildest accusations in the rap game right now. Folks out here saying that he set up his own partner and friend, Sayso P, to get knocked off. And who's throwing the most dirt and accusations on his name? None other than Sayso P's mother. Now look, when the news dropped a few days ago, my comments was looking like a conspiracy theory cookout. Everybody yelling, sacrifice! Like we was at a damn Illuminati picnic. Oh, he sacrifices artists? Like, bro, chill. This ain't Get Out. And then folks started saying he ain't even look sad, talking about he too busy counting that insurance bag. Look, normally I just let y'all wild out in the comments and keep scrolling, but y'all was getting loud with it. Every time I blinked, somebody was saying he collected a check with a straight face. One dude, Best Man Johnson 3687, and I don't know if that's a PlayStation username or an informant, said, Sauce Walka's got life insurance on that guy. Like, who don't got life insurance these days? You act like he signed him and gave him a casket on the same day. Then his DB channel chimed in talking about, I smell a backdoor sacrifice, pimpin'. Man, you saying he set him up like a Craigslist deal gone wrong? Another cat, the hoes OFM, yeah, that's a wild name, said he sacrificed Pete. That's why. Like, bro, you saying this man out here doing voodoo with his artists? They all talking about his reaction after, saying Sauce look a little too chipper, like he just left a cookout, not a candlelight vigil. And then Henry Hop 13 jumped in saying, ain't nobody finna say nothing because it's Sauce Walka, like he untouchable or something. But this all just leads up to what Rainwater had to say. And trust me, we're gonna get into it right now.
Relax for out of towners to come in town because ain't nobody running around on the bush, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I feel freely walking through the house now.
Yeah, ain't nobody running around on the bush, you know what I'm saying?
So LA
Man,
safe now.
it's still what it is. Like Texas is looking what the going on with Sauce now.
I think that white
He
boy missed
dead.
him. Yeah, he from there though. He had some more shit going on.
Oh, he from there?
Yeah, he from there. So
Now
it
it's
looks.
making sense because I thought like, is this from Texas?
Nah, I heard they stood over Walk and realized it was Walk and said, nah, you good. He knew what he did and ran off.
Oh, they stood over it.
Yeah, and realized it was Walk.
Oh, they didn't know it was him.
They ain't know him now. Buddy from there. He was popping it on that Sprinter. Like, I'm back here. You know, he was popping this shit. I'm here. Ain't nobody gonna do shit. I'm with South Walker.
Oh, yeah, he tripped.
Now look, I know for a fact that boy got that info from somebody who was right there. I'm talking front row seat to the chaos, damn near smelling the gunpowder and rubber gloves. Matter of fact, they might be standing next to the ambulance you see right there on your screen. Now, I ain't trying to say too much, but now look, if your family, especially Sayso's mom, and you hear a story like the shooters came through, didn't touch nobody else, but your son's the only one who didn't make it, I can't blame you for thinking something ain't right. That's a natural reaction. It feels like a setup, but just because it sounds suspicious doesn't mean it automatically is one. There's a difference between emotions and evidence, and we got to keep that in mind. And let me say this real quick, because some of y'all were in my comments on my last video saying I was capping, making stuff up, and all that. But listen, I don't report nothing unless it's coming from official court documents, police reports, or public records. I'm not here trying to do the police's job for them. I'm just presenting what's already out there in a way that makes sense for the people. I break it down, but I don't fabricate nothing. So if you mad, be mad at the paperwork, not me. Sayso's mother was furious with WorldStar after they posted a flyer claiming her son was killed over a $200,000 debt he allegedly ran off with. That's a serious accusation to be thrown around on a flyer like it's an event invite. The word floating around is that Sayso P took off with 200 grand after a real shady dice game, the kind where tension's thick and the rules change depending on who's losing. After that, he supposedly left the city, moved down to Miami to avoid the fallout. But unfortunately, the consequences caught up with him. That's how things tend to go. You can delay it, but you can't dodge it forever. Now, Sayso P's mom, she wasn't trying to hear none of that. She hopped on Facebook and let WorldStar have it. She said, this is the type of lies that keep mothers losing their sons. She stood 10 toes down saying her sons never stole nothing, never ran off with a dime, and didn't need to. According to her, Sayso was the type to give you his last dollar before he ever took anything from you. She said it loud. Money wasn't a factor. Loyalty was his flaw. Too loyal to the wrong folks. And she made it clear. It wasn't about money. It was envy. Haters were jealous, and that's what got him killed. And now, she's not letting nobody rewrite his legacy off. She even pointed out that the only people with her son that night were Sauce Walka and his brother. So naturally, she's starting to wonder if it was a setup and if it came from somebody close, then who else could it be? But she basically implying Sauce Walka or someone in his camp might have had something to do with it. Now, Some people hear that and start connecting dots. Me personally, I think that's a stretch. But before y'all get my comments again, talking about T, you cap, let me remind you, I only speak on what's in official documents, bro. Court transcripts, affidavits, legit sources, not street whispers. I don't do the police's job. And even if I did hear what Sayso P might have been involved in from very reputable sources, I'm gonna keep that off camera. I ain't no detective. Matter of fact, I might need to start a Patreon just for the unfiltered version. But anyway, like I said, I'm always open to hearing more. If you got proof, real proof, bring it to the table. Because if Sauce Walka was involved, we airing it out and holding him all the way accountable. But from what I see right now, it don't look like that's the case. All right, look. Now, I'm not trying to sound foul, so don't twist what I'm about to say. First and foremost, rest in peace to Sayso P. It's tragic and no one needs to go out like that. But yo, mom, you got to keep it a buck, even when it hurts. You got to be real with who your son actually was and what he was really into. Not the version you wish he was, but the version he lived as. And I get it. She's grieving. That pain is loud. But sometimes the truth could save you a whole lot of confusion and the internet a whole lot of cap. Because when you paint him out, he was some sort of Saint Nick type figure. He was handing out hugs and Bibles. Then content creators like me got to sit here and pull out digital receipts and footprints. And that's really not fair to his memory. This isn't about disrespect. This is about clarity. This man was in the field. He had ops. He was moving how street dudes move. And nah, that don't mean he deserved it. But it do mean that we can't just act like he was out here minding his business and the Grim Reaper made a mistake. And what really got me? There's stuff online that shows she knew. Like, not on some, oh, I had no idea. Nah, she was tapped in. So to turn around and act like her baby boy was living righteous? Nah, mama, you knew what it was. Don't flip the narrative now. As somebody died, y'all start talking like they was a pastor or a community leader. Like, bruh, come on. You knew what your son was on. This ain't no shock to nobody. Your son was out here riding with sticks, looking for a lick. And for the record, a lick ain't some harmless hustle. That's hitting a jug. That's robbing folk. That's taking what ain't yours. He was outside doing that, and not on no sneak tip either. He was telling you. He was posting it, rapping it, wearing it. He let the whole world know. So all this, he would have give you his last dollar before he steal? Stop it. He said he was catching licks. That ain't no honorable street code. That's predatory. He was moving wild, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just not sugarcoating it. Because once folks start acting like he was this peaceful soul who ain't never did nothing to nobody, then it puts pressure on everybody else to start dropping receipts. And now, we got a whole mess. The truth is, he was out here playing a dangerous game. Karma don't got a schedule, but it do spin the block. And the sad part is, instead of us talking about growth or accountability, we now stuck dealing with a narrative that didn't line up with reality. Again, I ain't the judge, but if we're gonna tell the story, let's tell the real one. So bruh really tagged his mama in a post talking about how he robbed a bunch of people. Straight up admitted he made too many enemies in such a short amount of time. And you think enemies just disappear? Like the ops at home just sitting there. I'm pretty sure he's on a better path now. I'm over it. Nah, that's not how the streets work, mama. These ain't sitcom storylines. Folks remember when you violated them, especially when it comes to money, street politics, or pride. That energy always circles back. And I don't mean to sound harsh, but sometimes the truth hit hard. His mama wasn't squeaky clean either. Let's stop acting like everybody around him was squeaky clean and innocent, and everybody's surprised why this happened. Everyone in the circle knew exactly what time it was. Again, I'm not here to be disrespectful, but I'm not gonna sit here and waste everybody's time and lie to y'all to make y'all feel better. The streets don't got no soft spot, and the past don't vanish just because somebody disappeared for a while. Here go mama in full-blown crash out support mode, dog whistling to the whole internet that no matter what her son was on, she was riding for it. No questions asked. Man could have been throwing puppies off a bridge, and she would have been like, well, he had his reasons. So boom, she posts this pic of him in a ski mask looking like he about to slide on somebody's uncle, and her caption, man, listen to this Hall of Fame enabler energy. She said, and I quote, just because he is mine, I'm with whatever Sayso P is with. Ma'am, what? That boy could be with armed robbery, fraud, throwing dice in a church parking lot, and you riding with it because he's yours? She said she was with whatever Max is with because that's his twin. She said she with whatever SH Max is with because that's his twin. She with whatever Cheyenne O'Vera's with because she got his back? Oh wow, mom's out here like a whole gang member now. Fam, this ain't a support group. This is a crash dummy starter kit. Then she closes out with, I got Sayso P's back, his front, his side, and everything attached to him. I want to see it win. Imagine raising a dude who out here robbing, spinning, sliding, and you out here talking like you running for PTA president of the streets. You ain't Mama Bear, you Mama Mayhem. At this point, she ain't just condoning the foolishness, she's sponsoring it. Like, she out here writing Yelp reviews for street violence. This ain't unconditional love. This is delusional loyalty, and it's a big part of the reason these kids crash out. Don't got no accountability at home. It's a cheerleader with blinders on. Saying you're with whatever your son is with when you know he was moving reckless, robbing people, shooting dice, and maybe other people. And then he passes away and you get mad at folks for even mentioning what he did in the past. That's a little wild. Honestly, it's confusing. It's like we're supposed to forget everything just because he's gone? I'm not saying we gotta disrespect him. Not at all. But we also can't act like none of it ever happened. That's not fair to the people affected by this too. And let me keep it real. I could go further with how I feel about this mindset, but I won't. Not out of fear, but out of respect. Because I know people are hurting and I know people are grieving. Some of y'all are just living in a delusion and it's not fair. And it's only that way because it's enabling delusion. Now, as far as Sauce Walka, do I think he set anything up? Honestly, no. Could he be involved? Maybe. But if I had to put my own money down, put my life savings on the line, I'm betting he didn't. That man got shot too. Twice in the leg. And let's be real, ain't nobody volunteering to get hit 2 times just to make a setup look believable. A bullet anywhere can take you out. Y'all seen that. So to me, that don't line up with a backdoor move. If I'm setting somebody up, the plan is to not get touched, period. I get people analyzing how he maneuvered after the shooting, his actions, his mannerisms, all that. Yeah, sometimes folks look a little off. But trauma hits different for everybody. Just because he ain't post a crying selfie don't mean he ain't feel it. But if you made it this far, click on the left side of your screen to see why the feds allege Big U stole $2.3 million. If you haven't yet, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, put me in that algorithm because I need to be there, man. I know there's 10 other streamers out there doing it like me, but
fuck that little 10. I'm maxed out.